What?
Just so you know, this isn't personal.
Of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of...
Yo, it's your boy LJ, and welcome back to Reaction LJ. Character that actually deserve better.
TV shows, movies, and especially in real life, there are people, characters that go through things that make you feel bad for them, things that make you think, man.
They do. There are characters.
Well, I'm glad it ain't me. Today we'll be doing characters that deserve better, part 2. My goal this video to determine which character truly had it the worst. Could be they had a sad backstory, could be they're a complete loser, or worst of all, they could just be. I feel so sorry for this man. I know everyone says it, but it's true. Aquaman has got to have the weakest and worst set of superpowers I've seen ever. Literally, big wheel clears. I mean, breathing underwater, you know, I guess that's pretty cool. But communicating with fish, how would that really be of use to me? Because I could already imagine how that could be a negative. Imagine I'm at Red Lobster chilling, eating my food, my chicken sandwich, and all I hear over at the table next to me is a freaking lobster yelling at me. That sucks. Like, I ain't do nothing. I mainly came here for the biscuits. This man's powers are the stem of all his struggles. He's better off not having them. Even the fact that he's in the Justice League is overall a negative. And you might be thinking, why? How? Well, the Justice League is made up of multiple superheroes. One who's practically, another one can run faster than the speed of light. And even the one without powers is rich, so he can practically do whatever he wants. You're probably still wondering, how is that a bad thing, Derek? It sounds like he has some cool friends around him. You know how hard it is to look cool with competition like that? This man's meet and greets must be dry as hell. Only people showing up are probably SpongeBob, Nemo, that one fish from Shark Tales. The rest of his fans are somewhere on a random beach flopping, just trying to get to the Comic-Con. You really gotta feel bad for this dude. Even on a day like Halloween, where people be dressing up as literally anything, I have yet to see someone dressed as Aquaman. I'm actually convinced it's never been done before. But you guys can try. Go ahead, try. Try to remember a time you were trick-or-treating or you were at school during Halloween and you saw someone dressed as Aquaman. I'm almost 1,000% sure you didn't. And if you did, the person you saw was blind. He ain't know anybody. But even though Aquaman's powers really suck, he still has friends and somehow a fan base who cares about him and respects him. I can't say the same thing about Meg from Family Guy. Meg has 0 people in her life.
I was waiting for you to put Meg in there. That's crazy. Meg definitely do need more eyes and deserve more. Peter treat Meg like trash for no reason whatsoever. And the crazy thing about it, y'all, May don't even deserve that. She already get bullied at school. Then she gotta come home and get harassed by her father and get name called by her family. So that's the reason why May did all what she did.
Care about her. No exaggeration. While most of us have a loving family, you know, brothers, sisters, parents, or single parent for some of us, Meg's family has to hate her. They're literally her biggest enemies. Of the 419 episodes of Family Guy, I say max, there's like 22 where she gets treated like a human being. She literally has a 5% win rate. The rest of that 95% is her getting dogged. People making fun of her, people neglecting her, people farting on her, people punching her, people throwing stuff at her, people farting on her again. Meg Griffin might be the oldest, but she has the life of a middle child. No cap. It's messed up, man. It's messed up. The worst of her family, though, by far, is her dad, Peter. Because he be doing so much messed up stuff to her unprovoked. Meg and Peter will be in the living room sitting, just having a civilized convo.
Like she's the middle child.
And then he'll just grab her face in front of her. You know what it is to be in the comfort of your own home, fearing that someone's gonna come in your room and fart on you? That's a different type of PTSD. My favorite scene of Meg getting bullied, though, is it's messed up, but it's hilarious. This is one episode where Peter and his family are eating dinner. You know, it's a normal day, calm. Peter looking a little more swole than usual. Things aren't too out of the ordinary. And Lois is like,
Peter, can you pass the potato?
Ah, damn it, Meg!
Meg has it rough. I'm not gonna lie, she has it rough. But at least she has that good 5% to bank on. Cause I definitely cannot say the same for future Gohan. Forget the 5%. After the age of 5, this man never saw a peaceful moment in his life again. It was just straight fighting to survive. Future Gohan is from future Trunks' time, where his dad got packed up by a heart virus, all his friends got eviscerated by the androids, and he was forced to be the sole defender of Earth, while at the same time helping Bulma raise Trunks.
On this one.
Do y'all know what it is to get jumped for 13 years straight by the same 2 people? Like, just think about that. You could have a baby, raise the baby, put that same baby through kindergarten, put that same baby through elementary school, and by the time that kid was going to middle school, Gohan would have still been getting jumped for another 2 years. This is sad. That's why he would try so hard to make Trunks stronger. But Trunks was like 13, he couldn't get there. Messed up part is that he didn't even need Trunks to be stronger than the androids. He needed Trunks to be as strong as one, so he wouldn't get jumped anymore. This ain't fair, man. It's not fair at all. This man is like 2018 LeBron looking for some help. All he needs is some help. And all he got is a washed up J.R. Smith and a rookie Colin Sexton. Like, what are y'all doing out here? In the end, he ended up getting packed up just like his dad and his friends. So Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Left in a pool of his blood, sweat, and tears. Just for Colin Sexton to finally decide he wants to go Super Saiyan. Okay, sure. At the very least, Gohan's death led to one of the coolest get-backs in anime history. Probably cool. And hey, there was one positive in his life. I'm sure him and Bulma got some training done on their own, if you get what I'm saying. But somebody like Jesse Pinkman, that dude had zero positives after he met Walter. Everything good in his life eventually got ruined, so it didn't even matter. If you haven't watched Breaking Bad, I highly recommend you do. It'll really make you think anyone could be a drug dealer. Maybe even me. Jesse spends a majority of the show just being manipulated by Walter. I say 90%. He cooked for him, distributed for him, covered up.
So you tell me that he making you like his little servant, slave or something? But bro, don't treat him like that. He just a human. Treat him like that is like you're worth nothing.
For him, got beat up for him, murked people for him. The list goes on and on. Really wouldn't be surprised if he gave him his Netflix and Hulu password too. All Jesse ever did was remain loyal to Walter, be the best partner he could be.
Hold on. Stop. Did y'all forget to follow me on Instagram and subscribe?
Wait, whoa.
Can y'all follow me and subscribe at the same time? Y'all can. Because it's hard to do. And let's see what really going on in this video.
But Walter, y'all know if you watch the show, that man is a monster. In the end, to repay Jesse for all his loyalty, Walter showed him endless amounts of betrayal. And it all eventually boiled up to the season 5 episode,
Ozymandias.
Where after Jesse and Hank set up Walter to finally get him arrested, it all backfires. Literally. And it leads to Walter revealing all the messed up stuff he did to Jesse, and Jesse being sold off into literal slavery. But that's not the end of it. It gets worse. Because it turns out the people Jesse was sold off to aren't the best people. Let's just say they like German history and short mustaches a little too much. So it makes sense the night that Jesse tried to escape the compound and failed horribly, I mean, he was free for about 2 minutes, those dudes were not about to give him a light punishment. And punish him they did, because to teach Jesse a lesson, they commit the most unnecessary act of violence in the whole show, in my opinion. Because to teach Jesse a lesson, they commit the most unnecessary act of violence in the whole show, in my opinion.
Just so you know, this isn't personal.
The first time I watched this, I don't know. This was just way too far. They could have done anything else. Make him face the wall. Take the dude's phone away. Hit him with the belt if you gotta. But you ain't gotta go and murk his ex, dude. He was already down 1. Now, though Jesse's life with Walter may have sucked, it was only a few years. Come on, it wasn't that long. The final person I want to talk about has been getting cooked, roasted, made fun of for real life decades.
Now he gonna be shook.
And that's Yamcha from Dragon Ball Z. Yamcha has to be in the top 5 most bullied men in history. This man is seen as a loser in every corner of the internet. Every thread on Twitter, every post on Reddit, every story on IG. Mentioning this man is more than likely calling him a loser. That's just facts. And the crazy part is, he's not even a loser. He's actually really cool. Well, At least he used to be. Because in OG Dragon Ball, Yamcha was this cool desert bandit who was scared of women, but can hang with Goku in a fight. And he may have been 12, but that's a big deal considering who Goku is now. And I'm not going to sit up here and act like Yamcha remained this cool guy the entirety of Dragon Ball, because he didn't. But he still had his cool fights. He was at least top 10 strongest in the verse at that time. And he was dating Bulma. She's practically Jeff Bezos with a blue wing. So he was winning. Back then, someone could have actually said the words, Yamcha is my favorite character, and there would have been no pushback, no laughter, no slurs thrown at you, nothing. By the time Dragon Ball ended, Yamcha's life was looking good. Then Dragon Ball Z rolled around. Dragon Ball Z was the beginning of the end for Yamcha. And it all really begins with the Saiyan saga. First of all, first thing we find out about Yamcha is that over the time skip, him and Bulma broke up. I know. So his net worth went from that Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Jay-Z kind of range to more of a high school janitor kind of. But being broke will be the least of Yamcha's concerns to come. But when the Saiyans officially touch down, Yamcha's life takes a turn for the worst. Literally. He died. And was supposed to be a super serious and sad moment in the series because, you know, the guy just died. He's the first one to die in combat. To a Brussels sprout of arms. Completely got ruined because Yamcha decided to hit this pose on the way out. This is death.
I'm trying to hold my composure that he didn't just did what he just did. There's a level of stupid, and then there's an ultimate level of major stupidness. So don't tell me he did what he just did.
On its own solidified Yamcha as the butt of the joke for the rest of the franchise. He literally got turned into a meme everywhere. Really, the only person hanging with him in terms of getting clowned from Dragon Ball is my GOAT, Vegeta. And even then, he eventually gets to one up on him too. You'll see in a second. And you would think it couldn't get any worse than this, but it does. After spending a few months dead, Yamcha, Tien, and Chaozu finally get to come back to life after the whole Namek saga. Great, yippee, they got some training in. Things ought to be fun when they come back. But by the time they do come back, they have been power crept completely. I won't lie, Little Green is putting up more numbers than them right now. And to make things worse, Vegeta, the dude who was indirectly responsible for Yamcha's death, is now supposed to be the homie, the homeboy, the cuzzo. This is nuts. This isn't something minuscule like he ain't pay him back or something. He murked him. But I will say on the bright side, him and Bobo got back together. That network is back up, baby. But that doesn't last very long. Because we come to find out, Vegeta, the same dude indirectly responsible for Yamcha's death, now gets to live with his girl. And y'all know how that goes. This is actually so unfair to Yamcha, especially because him and Bulma breaking up initially.
That's wow. I thought Vegeta and Bulma been and you tell me that Vegeta went from bad to good, went from good to stealing your girl, good to now being friends with Goku, Piccolo, and all the others. Wow.
Some baloney. Future Trunks tells us the reason they broke up is because Bulma got tired of Yamcha's unfaithfulness. Unfaithfulness? What? You talking about Yamcha? Aside from the fact that Vegeta has several accounts of genocide under his belt, which is objectively worse, you mean to tell me Yamcha, the man who was too scared to even be around women, cheated? This is baloney. Even some of the cast members don't think Yamcha would have done this. I'm not believing Trunks. I'm sorry. Maybe your Yamcha was like that, but our Yamcha had no game. Hella motion, but zero riz. My theory is that Bulma just wanted to say it. Because not only did she try to riz up her own son the second she saw him go Super Saiyan, but even before that on Namek, she said she thought she missed the opportunity to get with Goku. But when she saw Vegeta, you already know what time it was. It's either that or Toriyama just wanted to make Trunks. Which is a fair trade-off, I can't lie. By the time Super came around, Yamcha had gotten fisted by the androids, benched for the Majin Buu saga till Kid Buu decided he was enjoying his retirement a little too much, and then he got benched again for the Tournament of Power after practically begging to be a part of the team. I am so sorry, Yamcha. The only two good things that Yamcha got going for him are Puar and his baseball career. And clearly the second one isn't going that well, because look at where they got him living in Super. Green walls, cracks all over them, probably got popcorn ceiling. They got my man Yamcha living in the projects. Yamcha had it the worst, there's no argument about it. Gohan's 13-year struggle and eventual demise versus the androids doesn't compare. Jesse's addiction, hardship, and abuse-filled life doesn't compare. And Meg getting constantly bullied, shot, farted on, punched, and humiliated by the people she loves the most doesn't compare. Really, the only person coming close to Yamcha's suffering is Aquaman. Cause man, dude, his powers suck.
Dang, chat, it's crazy to realize how most of the characters really need respect. Cause most of them are actually like the worst, but you gotta realize how disrespectful most of them get. Because not all of them should supposed to be disrespectful, weak, but they just show how character can be meaningful when they need to, and how other people treat them. Like May family treat her horrible. Aquaman, not the movie Aquaman, but Aquaman sucks. You guys think y'all here being sorry when it comes to girl, but then he being good and coming to fighting it crazy. Like, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell, and follow my Instagram and subscribe.